The governor is right here as the failed Oje flyover to inspect the failed portion of the Oje flyover. It is important to note that the public had raised alarm over this failed portion of Oje flyover earlier today. The governor, taking note of what the public, the agitation by the people that this place should be closed, is here to inspect what is happening at the Oje flyover. The Vice President of Nigeria commissioned this bridge not too long ago under the leadership of the past administration led by Ihedioha. But today you can see that a bridge that is not up to 2 months after commissioning has developed a major hole. This is the state we find ourselves in, Imo State, where projects were executed without proper evaluation. Looking at this place, you can see that people's lives are exposed to danger. This is a bridge, this is a flyover bridge, and look at what is happening. It's not up to 2 months that the Vice President came here to commission this particular failed flyover. That's the failed portion. It's obvious that this flyover can no longer carry any vehicle. You can imagine the danger it poses for the people who are passing under the flyover. You can imagine the danger it poses for the people of Imo State when you do a project without proper evaluation, when you do a project without taking cognizance of the beneficiaries of the project.
Is he here now? The water is getting, you need to push a little bit front.
There's a flyover here in Oje. The flyover is not up to 2 months that the Vice President came here to commission this project led by the former governor of Imo State, Ihedioha. You can see the danger that the people are exposed to, all in the name of commissioning of too many projects. You can see people are buying and selling under this flyover. Imagine the havoc that will happen if this flyover collapses. This is man's inhumanity to man. His Excellency, after the swearing in of the interim committee members of the local government, deemed it fit to have a first-hand knowledge of the situation at this flyover bridge. The The governor is a man of the people. He's a man who listens to the cries of the people.
Okay, the farm site works, is he here? Come. Cabinet Secretary works, today, when we had meeting at the council chambers, we were told about this development, that part of this flyover was caving in, and we immediately took a decision to visit here at the close of work. And, can you give us an explanation about this situation?
Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, other protocols observed. I'm here with my Director of Civil Engineering. This flyover, the ministry did not take part in everything about it. All effort the ministry made to be part of it. So the whole thing was done through Government House. Even when we received some letters from Korea, we also forwarded them to Government House, and there was no response.
What was the letter from Korea? What letter from Korea did you receive?
Where they tried.
What did they tell you so that you can get?
Yeah, they complained about the irregularities in the construction, and that the government should take urgent steps to remedy the situation, which we also forwarded. I think also that letter they also forwarded directly to Government House because of the way things were operated.
Do you have any current rep here? Okay, can they speak to us?
Your Excellency, Engineer Dr. Luke Uzigwe, current chairman of Nigerian Site of Web Branch here. Subsequently, to find out during the time of the commissioning of this place by the governor, former governor of this state, the thing was a dim-dum affair because nothing was done accurately. And all tests and integrity performed within that time could not follow up the design procedures. It was wax all through. Pseudo engineers, those they didn't even study engineering. On that note, my predecessor then, we have all documents concerning this when the current visited. You know, now, even when we call him for certain things on engineering design, even an act of commissioning most of the projects, he will just call any other person to come and do it outside engineering principles. And in view of that, we, the engineers, have been complaining all through his 8 years, that consultation with the engineers. So as the president and the current chairman of Nigerian Site of Engineers, that's why we're calling upon the governor, our amiable governor, to look into this and finding out solutions to this dangerous situation of all our structures built here. It's not only this one, many of them, but this one is an example of the one that will happen to other tunnels and the rest of them. Many of them. But my predecessor then could explain, because the current came here and he was in custody of all those documents as approved by the current to demolish and destroy most of these structures that have taken place here. So I can call on my predecessor to explain further.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. You see, the issue of this flyover even is part of the problem some of us are having now in the state, because we raised this issue about this problem. This is not even a main failure. This is the failure of the retaining wall. It's the earthwork that is failing, because the main superstructure starts from here, and that one also has a problem. Because when we were coming, we normally current and then NLC, we do have what we call ERM, Engineering Regulation Monitoring Inspectorate, of which I was in charge as the chairman then. We visited these two flyovers design, and we wanted to know the contractor. The first complaint we made, let us know the contractor, because each time we come, we refer to government. And by our professional ethics, we don't really go to discuss the government. We spoke to contractors so that the government will get value for money, to let the government know. So after all this, we now decided to carry out a preliminary integrity test on this flyover and the tunnels. Our preliminary integrity test showed complete failure of all engineering principles. Then ERM Imo State Inspectorate did a letter to Koren, and Koren tried to have audience with the government. It failed. Koren had to call a press conference in Lagos, asking the government to discontinue further construction. That there is a failure as supported by ERM. Immediately, because that is even the one that forced Koren to rush to National Assembly to get an amendment of our act. Immediately we raised this issue, the contractor or whoever it was rushed to these two flyovers and started generating PRs.
Who is the contractor?
We don't know. Up to now, no name. Started generating PRs under the grid, under the flyover, which is even a criminal offense, because those PRs are not carrying anything. It's just to deceive people that they have additional structural stability or reinforcement for the bridge. So Koren had to work to the National Assembly and got an amendment of our act so that prosecution started with the personnel. At the time we had issue with the personnel, we invited some of the people. Nobody, no registered engineer was involved. We even invited engineers from State Ministry of Works. We interviewed all of them at Ore Engineering Center. They were not involved. You know.
Okay, so what do we do now?
Your Excellency, what we want to suggest is that Nigerian Society of Engineers were a branch to be commissioned to carry out a detailed integrity test on this structure. But meanwhile, access to these flyovers should be blocked so that we don't have a major disaster in this state. Because the problem with engineering failure is that when it fails, it affects so many people. It's not like other professions. If a doctor makes a mistake, maybe a patient will die. But if we have this failure, it can result to thousands or hundreds of deaths and the West. So that is what we do. Let's carry out a comprehensive integrity test on this flyover. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have no doubt in the ability and expertise of engineers. I do hope you will be able to assemble the very best in the country, given the ugly development we have at times. Farmset works. I hereby order you to close this bridge immediately, and take necessary steps to ensure that it's to the government, issue a statement to that effect. To take appropriate the Commission of Police. I'm happy you are here with other security agencies, so we'll take appropriate steps. And Koren, I don't know how soon can we hear from the Koren? How soon can we hear from you? Do you need any commissioning? Do you need a letter? Thanks to the government, can you convey a letter to the Nigerian Society of Engineers and Koren? You'll be able to commence work from tomorrow, can you? This and other similar bridges. There's one we visited, one that was also collapsing, the Fourth Inland Bridge. So we look at them and let's have more remedial measures we can take. How soon can we hear from you? There's also another sorry site at Mgwe on the way to Gas.
That one was going to be a
Even this one at Scotland, no nothing. Yes. The one at Scotland is there's nothing. No.
The governor had the Society of Engineers in the state to perform an integrity test on all the projects executed by the past administration.
I hope you get your national body and reputable international consultants.
Has also had the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Works to ensure that this flyover is closed for now to avoid causing mayhem to the people of Imo State, because the situation here is really very bad.
Honorable Speaker. Maintain our situation. Okay. Well, thank you very much.